Hi, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to my channel. So, I thought I'd come on here and introduce myself in my favorite place, nature. And this is very much, uh, it's very resonant of where I'm at right now, the space that I'm at, where I'm headed, and the life that I'm building and creating for myself day by day. And I say day by day because, yeah, my name's Zara. I am a multifaceted creative, a multifaceted artist. I make music and I like to make food and cook food and create food content. I feel like I bounce between loads of different creative realms, worlds, experiences. I find it difficult to stick to one, and that is something that I have struggled with, but I have learned to embrace over the years. Now it's about finding the balance between all three and creating more of a strategy and structure so that I can actually start to build and monetize, like really monetize and create a sustainable income off them so that I can live the life of my dreams. And to be fair, it's not even like I want a materialistic life. I want more of a free life, a life in nature, access to fresh food, fresh water, um, just to be able to wake up and spend my days like this. So yeah, this is why I'm starting this channel. I spend a lot of time watching YouTubes, especially of YouTubers that are living a life of freedom, of self-expression, nature, reconnecting with nature, living in nature, um, a slower living, being able to have more control over your time and your energy. And yeah, I'm really also very fed up of living in the UK. I spent majority of my life living in the UK and I've just had enough. I'm going to be quite honest. As a black woman, it's been an experience to say the least. So I'm taking the necessary steps to free myself from this place. It's not easy, but I'm willing to do the work to build. I'm very much into astrology. I love astrology. I feel like growing up as a little girl, I was intrigued by astrology. I just thought it was really interesting that there's, these planets and stars that can affect the way that we move, the way that we think, the way that we live. And I was always really interested in understanding myself and who I was growing up. And it really does. And I feel like it's a way of life. It's not like something that you can believe in because it's happening. We have all these planets, the moon, the stars, the sun, and the sun, we can feel it. So we can feel all these other planets. It's just different types. The sun is heat. There's just different types of energies that we can feel. I'm into African spirituality. I've been spending a lot of time reconnecting back to my roots, learning and dissecting and studying African spirituality and just, what my ancestors practiced, because a white man in the sky is not going to come down and save me. So, yeah, I would rather reconnect with my roots rather than something outside of me. And I really just like to go slow, I'm going to be honest with you. I really like to take my time. I like to wake up when I want. It's quite counter, is it counteractive or counter? I like to go at a rhythm that suits my cycle. So when I say that, like I track my cycle, we have 4 cycles. We have our luteal phase, which is 14 gap window before your menstruation phase, before your period. And then you have your period, and then you have your ovulation, and then you have your follicle. And I feel like when I'm in my luteal and my menstrual phase, I don't really like to go out. I don't really like to socialize. It's been very hard kind of adapting this new structure or this new way, or this new adapting to this natural rhythm when society is the complete opposite. The society is very much made up of a man cycle, and there's all of that I learned. That's why I'm very into astrology and spirituality and African spirituality, because I've also learned that a man's cycle is it works 24 hours around the sun, whereas a woman's cycle, we cycle with the moon, We have 4 phases. The moon also has 4 phases. So, we sync up with different energies, and society and the systems and the structures in place uphold patriarchy. The systems are very much centered around men and a man's cycle, and pulling myself away from society and the institutions and systems has helped me reconnect back with my own cycle, and just understanding myself as a woman and how important that is to follow my own flow. But it can be quite difficult because not much people are practicing this. So you can feel quite alienated and you can feel quite isolated. And sometimes you can feel like people might look at you like you're crazy, like, oh, if you were to be really honest, be like, oh, I don't really want to go out this weekend because I'm in my luteal phase. You could say that with confidence because it's your life, but it's just you're gonna get like, okay, well, you're just not gonna live because it's your luteal phase. And it's not about I'm not living, I'm just living at a different I'm living within my cycles. So rather than go out and socialize, I'd rather stay at home, read, journal, write, scroll on my phone. But you know what I mean? So it's just getting comfortable with living by those cycles. That's what I've been doing. The last few years, I've been getting comfortable being in uncomfortable positions, living by cycles that suit me and work for me and going at my own pace. Because one thing I have struggled with is out is I have always kind of looked for outside validation to support my values, to support my decisions, to support my views, to support me. It's actually me that's validating this, which can be quite scary. And that's also I'm going to go back to that actually. Religion. We tend to look outside of ourselves for the answers with religion. Like we'll sit here right now and pray to the outside sources. Whereas what I really appreciate about African spirituality and astrology is that you're looking inside. And that's scary. And I get it. I get why a lot of people right now are scared in this time, because that leaves you're left only with yourself, which is powerful but scary because it's all down to you. And a lot of people don't understand how to work with that sort of autonomy because we haven't been taught. Growing up in school, everything's been given to us, handed to us. We've had, even to this day now with the phones, we have access to information, chat GPT. We can go and ask rather than actively acting on those instincts, acting on our intuition, acting on, our inner desires. Also, the outside world doesn't really validate that. So it's very scary when the power is in your hands and it's up to you, because also you can make mistakes, and you will. We're human. So on that journey, when you are making your own decision, you can make mistakes. But you will make mistakes, and then you have yourself to blame. So then it's learning to deal with self-soothing, being compassionate with yourself when you do make these mistakes, when you don't listen to your intuition, and then understanding. For me, how I've learned how to tap in and tune into my intuition, looking at how I feel when I am asked when something comes to me, when something is presented to me, I will feel the sensations in my body. Not that I will act on them, because that's the problem, and that's how I've learned to trust my intuition, is by I've had these sensations in my body, sorry. I've had these feelings of like, oh, I'm not sure. It's not a direct yes, or it's not an immediate yes. I'm in an R in, you know. Um, and then when I've still gone against the I'm in an R in, like, oh, it'll be fine. Something bad will happen. And that will show me, okay, I should have listened to my intuition. But sometimes that has to happen for you to listen to your intuition. And I think a lot of people are scared of that and not knowing how to trust that. Well, I can't speak for anyone. I can only speak for myself. So yeah, I've been on this journey. I've been on a journey to really tune it into myself and reconnecting with myself, going on my own path, going on my own journey, and creating a life for myself that is a reflection of my inner world. and taking the necessary action and the steps to building the life of my dreams, which is basically back to the beginning, back to the feminine, back to nature, back to what's real, back, because all of this, to me, I just see this as, why am I going to stress myself out trying to build a life for myself that was created, that came from the idea of a white man, a patriarchal white man? Why am I going to stress myself out and try to work towards a life that doesn't reflect who I am? I'm not. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to build a life for myself that is very much suited to me and my needs. Yeah. So follow me on this journey. I'll be sharing lifestyle content, traveling, how I'm going to relocate abroad. Um, I'll also be sharing my day to day, like the jobs that I do, my food, my music, spending time with friends, and just building a channel and building a community. Especially, I really want to build a community. I've also found that on this journey of being a creative, being an artist, I've been a lone wolf, because I am quite elusive in what I do, in a sense where, like, 1 minute I'm on set styling, the next minute I'm on set shooting a music video, the next minute I'm in the kitchen cooking, or I could be at home for a week because I'm not getting any bookings, but then I'm working at home on projects. So it's like my life is constantly changing and constantly flowing, which is hard to keep a community. Oh, I thought something was coming. It's hard to keep a community, a consistent community, of people around me, because I'm constantly changing and growing in all my different mediums of art and expression. So I'm also creating this channel to build a community of women, a community of people, a community of Black women, who are also in a similar space to me, who are also breaking free from the structures of the systems in place, who are also trying to create a life of freedom for themselves, who are also tuning in and tapping into their intuition, and who are also just freeing themselves as women, and creating a better life for themselves, that is peaceful, that is happy, that is orgasmic, that is free, sensual. Yeah, I really want to connect with more people that are on similar journeys to me. So that's why I'm also building this channel, because I want to show up as my most authentic self, so that I can connect with people that are authentic, if that makes sense. Well, that does make sense. So yeah, here I'm just going to be talking about my experiences. Okay, so I'm sitting in the middle now, because I realized I wasn't sitting in the middle before. So yeah, here I'm just going to be talking about what I'm learning about myself, and how I'm going to free myself from the structures of this unhealthy system completely. This is why I'm starting this channel, is to completely free myself, and to not be afraid of being seen as my true authentic self. My life experiences, my lived experiences, have made me the woman that I am today, has made me, I'm not, this is just who I have become today is a reaction to my experiences, my lived experiences. And that's through me educating myself, that's through me reading, that's through me actively learning, actively doing the inner work, actively facing my shadows, actively taking the steps to learn about emotions as well, and become more emotionally intelligent. Because that's also something that I find people have struggled with, don't have the time to actually connect with their emotional intelligence. Nobody has the time to do that when they're working a 9 to 5 and raising children and all the others, endless list of stuff that they have to do. They don't have time, they don't have the time to really connect with themselves, and even take time out of their busy schedules just to sit here and do this without a microphone and a camera, just to take time out. So it's very important for me that I live this way, and the more I share, the more you'll get to know why I have become who I am. And yeah, let's just continue to build and grow together. It's interesting actually, because right now it's a full moon. Under the full moon, lunar eclipse. I don't think it's a full moon. It's a full moon in Aries. So it's a full moon in Aries today. My moon is in Aries. I don't know what degrees it's at, but it's a full moon in Aries today. My moon is in Aries, and I've come to sit in nature and reconnect with myself. I've been feeling quite restless, and I guess that's kind of resonant of the times of the full moon. um my thoughts, I find that I can overthink a lot when I spend time inside, so I like to come outside and just clear my head. So that's how I've been feeling. I've been feeling a bit restless. I've been having a lot of headaches and stomach issues, so I've been working through that, but apart from that, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm much better. But yeah, under this full moon, I'm ready to let go of limiting beliefs that are holding me back from the woman that I deserve and should be. No, the woman that I deserve to be. I was just watching an interview of Cardi B, and she was talking about how she's created the life that she wants for herself from the age of 5. She's got everything she wanted, and I thought, have I? And I don't. I do to an extent. Like, I am an artist. That's the one thing I've dreamt of becoming as a child, is being an artist. I am. I just, obviously, I'm not recognized as an artist yet. I've got one single out. I've had to build alongside being an artist, so it's a bit different. But I will say that everything that I have in my life today is a creation from me. And like insights, I like to talk a lot, and I have a lot of knowledge. I feel like I have a lot of experience. I feel like I'm wise. I feel like I have a lot to share. Yeah, this is just a chit chat, and also for me to hold myself accountable, because I I am going to build this channel. Mark my words. Hopefully this time next year I'll have 500 subscribers, and yeah, I will have a consistent YouTube channel. That's it. Consistency. That's something I have struggled with over the years, is consistency. And with this channel, it's going to help me build consistency, because it's going to hold me accountable. But yeah, follow me on my journey to freeing myself from the structures of patriarchy, misogyny, everything, colonialism, all of it. I am freeing myself from the structures of this system, and I'm building and creating a life that is suited to me, a Black woman. Do you know what else made me think that the way this world is set up, we were never in mind? It's going to sound crazy, but even down to our hair, like, my hair takes at least 2 days to do. That's not accounted for. We've always got to find a quick way, a quick fix to keep on the go. Food, convenience, everything is convenience, and it has blocked us from tuning into our humanity. And like, it took me 2 days to do my hair, and I'm still not finished. Right now I just rinsed out a treatment, and I've got a treatment on, not a treatment, but I'm twisting it out. I've got it in twist, basically, to do a twist out for tomorrow. But do you know what I mean? There's a lot that goes into maintaining my hair. And then I want to have my natural hair as well. This is another thing. I like my afro. I like my natural hair. I love my natural hair. Because it's like, oh, well, I need to find a style that's quick and easy to keep me on the go. No, I like that. I like my hair. And if my hair's going to take me 2 days, then I need to create a life for myself that suits that. Not not a way around it. We're always trying to find ways around the system. No. And I hear it, because it's extremely hard to beat something that has been in place for over 400 years, thousands of years, in fact. But I'm more important than that. And if that means I may have to cut back on certain things, then so be it. Which is also quite hard for me, because I very much am in the world, the 3D world, and I do experience that a lot. I come from that. So I do like to, get my nails done here and there, get a nice hairstyle and get a nice outfit and stuff. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I'm still creating a life for myself that works for me. Because any other way it has affected me mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. I've been sick, all of these things. So I would rather have to cut back. And I think by me cutting back, I have more time and energy to focus on building where I can gain an abundance. So from this channel, eventually I could gain an abundance of community, of hopefully finances so that I can live like, out here. But you know what I'm trying to say? It's just I'm creating a life for myself that works for me and that suits me and that makes me happy, keeps me peaceful, keeps me in the flow of my divine feminine rhythmic flow and energy. And yeah. Okay, I really enjoyed this chat. I think it's time I go now. But yeah, I just want to say thanks for watching, and I really do hope that I can build a long lasting community with this channel, and eventually we can connect. And yeah, and I have so many plans and ideas in place. Like, I want to host retreats for Black women who do not have a direct connection back to their ancestry, their motherland, back to Jamaica. Eventually, I'll be going to Ghana, and I'll be traveling all over Kenya. All So basically, I want to build so that we can all connect back to ourselves. And I have found as well that being on this journey, a lot of Black women have reached out to me like, oh, they have been stressed, or they have got a lot on their plate, or how do I get to Jamaica because I haven't got a direct connection back home. So I want to bridge that gap. And I think by me being on this journey, I will be able to do that. I am very much also into herbs. I'm a herbalist at heart. As Jamaicans, we are anyway. Like, anything's wrong with you, what's wrong with you? Go and go look at that bush and drink the tea. Pick from that bush, boil it and drink it, and it will fix you. Basically, it will heal you. That's very much my culture. That's very much what I was raised on. And as a Virgo, I'm very much into nature and the more natural, holistic approach. So there's also that I do, and how I want to incorporate that into my channel, and how I want to incorporate that into my life, where I can help heal and free other Black women that are also on this journey to freedom. So yeah, to freedom. And I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next vlog.